your tornado safe place. State Highway 204 near Oak Flat. You also need to be in your tornado safe place as well. This is right on top of you in County Road 836. And 837, if you're on County Road 837, you also need to get into your tornado safe place. Again, the rotation pretty tight right through here. Let's go ahead and pick up the damage indicator here, see if there's anything showing up for us. Go ahead and click that, and not seeing anything that indicates that a tornado is on the ground at this point in time. So that's certainly some good news, but this is definitely something that we will need to keep an eye on. I'm going to step off screen for a second to get the speed that this storm is going so I can put a tracker on it. Again, this tornado warning issued just a few minutes ago by the National Weather Service over into Shreveport. It goes until 11 a.m. and it is moving northeast at about 30 miles per hour. So I'll go ahead and put a tracker on this so we can get an idea of the arrival times of this storm system. Put it in motion real quick to get the full direction here. It's going at about 30 miles per hour to the north and to the east. There we go. Mount Enterprise at 1044, Garrison at 1053. So 1044 for Mount Enterprise and 1053 in Garrison. Timpson, you're on there, but you're not included in this tornado warning at this time. But let me go ahead and put some other communities on the board here so we can take a look at more towns that we can see. So just give me 1 second here. There we go. Treywick, again, pretty much right now. Caro at 1026. Lynn Flat at 1026. That's only 5 minutes, so you need to get into your tornado safe place right now. I don't really wait for this to arrive because, again, you're not going to be able to tell. It doesn't have much lightning with it, so it's not one of the more traditional thunderstorms that we're used to, but it will be near Mall at 1029, North Redland at 1031, Pleasant Hill at 1034, Mount Enterprise at 1044, Fitz at 1047, Concord at 1050, and then Lawsonville coming in at 1051. Again, this is radar indicated rotation. This is for northern Nacogdoches County and southern Rusk County that is under a tornado warning at this point in time for this cell that is moving through there. So then again, there's your arrival times. Mount Enterprise, you still have about 24 minutes until the main circulation arrives, but it does look like it may be trying to move a little bit quicker. So I would still get into your tornado safe place right now if you are in Mount Enterprise. Again, no signs of this being on the ground at this time, which is certainly some good news. But Appleby, you are also included within this tornado warning, so keep that in mind as well. Appleby and Garrison, although it does look like the storm will likely pass to the north, you are still in the tornado polygon, so get to your tornado safe place in Appleby and Garrison. Again, remember, that's the lowest floor, interior room, leaving as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. And like I mentioned, what makes this storm a little bit unique for us is that there isn't much in the way of lightning associated with it. And so typically when you have a tornado warning, you can hear it coming, not because of a tornado on the ground, but because it usually has a lot of lightning and a lot of thunder. But right now it doesn't really have anything, just some heavy rain. So make sure that you are in your tornado safe place, again, near the Caro community and Mount Enterprise. This circulation will likely pass just south of the city there, but still definitely want to be in your tornado safe place because remember, these storms do have a tendency to wobble a bit here. But again, this is kind of a more isolated supercell that has developed as well. Those always have the greater risk of seeing a tornado, but certainly can't rule out some small hail within this activity as well, and maybe some damaging straight line wind gusts. So we have multiple ways of looking at these storm systems here. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have right now. Again, you can see some heavier rain down to the south of Mount Enterprise, heading into Nacogdoches. Again, the city of Nacogdoches, you are not included in that tornado warning, but certainly you may see some thunderstorms starting to move on in. Let's see if this works for me finally or not. There we go. But we are going to see those chances of some storms moving on through the area. I'm going to try this one more time, see if this lets me click on the board here. Let's see. All right, I'll probably have to drive it off the screen there. But again, Mount Enterprise, you need to be in your tornado safe place. And again, you also need to be in your tornado safe place in Appleby and Garrison because you are included within this tornado warning. So like I mentioned, there's other products that we can look at here to see whether or not this could be producing a tornado. One thing that we can look at is the shear rate overall, and you can see, I'll zoom into it now, you can see the bright greens right there indicating that there is a lot of change in wind direction with things like height and the change in wind speed as well. This is right on top of Trawick right now, heading towards Lynn Flat. Pleasant Hill, you also need to be in your tornado safe place. This will likely cross U.S. Highway 259 north of the mall community and south of Mount Enterprise, but honestly it will probably cross U.S. 259 right where Nacogdoches and Rusk County do meet up there. So again, if you know somebody who's driving between Nacogdoches and Mount Enterprise, make sure to let them know about this storm system that is moving on through there, because again, this can cause some serious problems once it crosses highways that are typically used, like US 259 between Mount Enterprise and Nacogdoches. So let them know. If you get an alert to your phone, remember to get off the highway at the most safest point you can possibly do, like a gas station or something like that, and make sure to take shelter. You do not want to be on the roadways when you have a storm system like this that could produce a tornado at any point in time. Go ahead and read the latest from the National Weather Service chat here. No new information, just perhaps a new severe thunderstorm warning for Panola County. Let me zoom out and see if they issued that one yet. They have not at this time, but again, so the only warning that remains for us is this tornado warning that is over into northern Nacogdoches County and southern Rusk County. Go ahead and put on the velocity scan again, and you can see where that rotation is a little bit on the tighter side of things. Zoom back in there. This is right on top of you over into Lynn Flat and the Trawick community. Again, I was just mentioning how if you're on the highway, or if you know someone who's on the highway between Mount Enterprise and Nacogdoches, to let them know. You can also tune into our radio partner, KTBB, on the radio there. You can also get the latest information there on this storm system. And the National Weather Service just now issuing a new update. Still radar indicated rotation. That's certainly something we like to hear. We do not want to see it confirmed on the ground, of course, but it still goes into effect until 11 o'clock this morning. And it is capable still of producing a tornado, still moving to the northeast at about 30 miles per hour. So again, we will be tracking this until this warning expires, or forever how long we need to here. And again, if you are in Lynn Flat, and if you live near US 259, right near the Rusk and Nacogdoches County line, you need to get into your tornado safe place. Okay, so Trawick, still stay there for me. Lynn Flat, make sure you're in there right now. And then US 259 right at the Nacogdoches and Rusk County line, also make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. Let's see if I have gotten this to work now. There we go. Zoom into some other roadways that this is approaching. Again, County Road 918 in northern Nacogdoches County to County Road 914, right at the intersection of US Highway 259. You also need to be in your tornado safe place. Again, this is about to cross over US 259 right at the Nacogdoches and Rusk County line. So again, south of Mount Enterprise and north of the city of Nacogdoches is where this is going to cross over. And you can see a lightning strike just being recorded there on County Road 145 and County Road 156. So you may be hearing thunder over there. Definitely want to be in your tornado safe place in those locations as well for us. And again, County Road 914 and the US 259 intersection, if you live anywhere near there, you also need to be in your tornado safe place. Going down the road here, let's go into Rusk County. This is where you need to be in your tornado safe place. If you live on County Road 3197 and County Road 3267, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Again, that's County Road 3197 and County Road 3267, right along US 259, right where the intersection is, and you can head eastbound on County Road 3197. Make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. And then even further down the line here, County Road 3191, you need to be in your tornado safe place, and County Road 3262 as well. Again, that is into Rusk County. So again, we are going to keep an eye on this cell for the time being here. Let's go ahead and reset the view here so we can take a look if any other warnings have been issued. No tornado warnings at this time, but we still have that tornado warning that has been issued for northern Nacogdoches County and southern Rusk County as well. So again, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place in northern Nacogdoches County. I'll go ahead and put back on our reflectivity here so we can take a look at what we have. A new severe thunderstorm warning is out for what looks like portions of Panola County and parts of Harrison County as well. This is heading right towards the Wascom area. Looks to be primarily a 60-mile-per-hour wind threat based off radar, but I'll go ahead and zoom in. And yeah, some very heavy rain over by Elysian Fields right now. You're under a severe thunderstorm warning. So what that means is you need to get inside a sturdy structure and then stay away from windows as well because the winds do look pretty intense within this cell that is moving on through. So 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, definitely a threat if you're in Elysian Fields, Bethany, up to Wascom, heading towards Greenwood, Louisiana. So if you know somebody who's traveling between Marshall and Shreveport, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning with a storm that could easily be producing 60-mile-per-hour straight-line wind gusts, and that is also something that you do not want to be out in the middle of the highway, including Interstate 20. They're included in this severe thunderstorm warning for Wascom, Elysian Fields, Bethany, and even down towards DeBerry as well. This also includes the Latex community there. But again, some heavy rain and some heavy winds right now moving into the Wascom area, not under a tornado warning, but certainly can have some very gusty straight line winds associated with that activity. So let me go ahead and reset the view here to East Texas. So get an idea, we have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for northern Panola and eastern portions of Harrison County. That is a severe thunderstorm warning for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And then we still have that tornado warning for northern Nacogdoches County into southern Rusk County as well. So we'll go ahead and zoom back into the storm. That is in Nacogdoches County because this is our greatest severe weather concern right now. Again, Mount Enterprise, you're probably getting some pretty heavy rain at this point in time. It does appear that the circulation itself will likely pass just to the south of you, though, so that is certainly some good news. But it's going to be a close call, so Mount Enterprise still be in your tornado safe place. Again, Mount Enterprise not going to take a direct hit from this thing, but it will get pretty close as the center of circulation of this system does cross US 259. It is just about to cross US 259 right now, just south of the Rusk-Nacogdoches County line there. So if you are in Mount Enterprise, if you are in Concord, Arlem, Lawsonville, even Caledonia as well, and Garrison, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Again, the rotation is right here. It does appear that it is a little bit weaker, so that's some good news for sure. But again, Pleasant Hill, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Lynn Flat, still stick in your tornado safe place for the time being. The storm is almost out of your area. But again, if you are in Arlem or if you are in Caledonia and if you are in Mount Enterprise, especially the south side of Mount Enterprise, so heading towards Nacogdoches County from US 259, from Mount Enterprise, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. Go ahead and put some other indicators on the board here. This is the damage indicator, debris detector. Not seeing anything that jumps out at me as saying that a tornado is on the ground. That is certainly some good news. We will hope that trend continues for us, as it does look like the rotation is perhaps a little bit weaker now as it moves on through. Taking a look at the shear rate, the rotation detector, you can see some bright greens indicating that there is some wind shear that this storm has with it, but we really want to see some of the oranges and the reds there, the browns, to actually really indicate a strengthening storm. Right now, it's still a dangerous one as it crosses US 259, very near the Pleasant Hill area and just south of the city of Mount Enterprise. But again, Mount Enterprise, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. But at this point in time, it does not appear that anything is on the ground, but I'll go ahead and zoom in to where this rotation is about to cross US 259. Again, right near County Road 914. That is where you need to be in your tornado safe place. That is where this area of rotation is about to cross US 259, heading towards FM 1087. You also need to be in your tornado safe place as well for us. So Farm to Market Road 1087, make sure you're in your tornado safe place. County Road 149 as well. We just got a new update with the radar scan here. Again, the rotation is right where the greens and the reds meet up. The storm has now just passed US 259. It's on top of you right now in FM 1087. So if you live along that road in northern Nacogdoches County, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. But it does look like this circulation is about to cross into southern Rusk County over the next few minutes. Once it crosses into Rusk County, County Road 3197, that is its main target right now. So if you live on County Road 3197, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place right now because this rotation is very close to you. Further downstream, County Road 3267 and then County Road 3268. So County Road 3267 and County Road 3268, you also need to be in your tornado safe place right now. Again, that is the lowest floor interior room, leaving as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. So again, this is a dangerous storm. No signs of a tornado actually being on the ground, but still take this seriously if you are on County Road 3197, County Road 3267, and County Road 3268 in southern Rusk County, because that is where this storm is about to move on through. And again, like I mentioned earlier, a little bit unusual of a supercell for us because there is not much lightning being recorded. So it may seem like it's just a heavy rain shower to you as it moves on through, but this actually has tight enough rotation to potentially drop a tornado on County Road 3197 or County Road 3267 there into southern Rusk County. So definitely something we need to continue to keep an eye on here. Going to zoom back out so we can get so I can reset the view here and we can get the latest information out. Again, the cell is in northern Nacogdoches County right now in southern Rusk County. It is north of the city of Nacogdoches. If you're in the city of Nacogdoches, you're fine. You're not under tornado warning. There is still a storm, though, just to your south, so you're not completely out of the woods yet in terms of severe weather. Remember, a tornado watch does go into effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon. So again, we are watching this cell very closely. Carson, are they saying on the Weather Chat anything about this severe thunderstorm warning in northern Pinollas and Harrison County? Because it looks pretty intense here on radar.
So not a lot of updates from that. It doesn't, no TDS on that storm, and that's now crossing into extreme southeastern Rusk County. And it looks to pass just to the northwest of Garrison there, but no word on that storm you alluded to in Harrison and northeastern Panola County.
All right, thank you, Carson. So if you are in northeastern Panola County and eastern Harrison County, including the city of Wascom, make sure that you are in a sturdy structure and away from windows because there is an intense thunderstorm moving through you, which could easily produce 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And so, of course, the Texas Welcome Center is right by Wascom as you cross into the state. Definitely a good place to just seek shelter. Even though it's not a tornado-warned storm, you do not want to be on the highways with 60-plus-mile-per-hour wind gusts for obvious reasons, not only because of the wind, but also because of the blinding rain as well. So definitely pull off the highway at your earliest, the safety, at your earliest convenience here, or when you are obviously the most safe to do so there. Use your own judgment on that one, but definitely do not want to be driving out with 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts if you are in Wascom. And again, you can listen to us on KTBB, and you are getting this latest information as well. And of course, if you have multiple ways of receiving weather alerts, hopefully you do. Hopefully you have your phone on you, and you can see that you got a severe thunderstorm warning or tornado warning, and you can act accordingly there. But again, the only tornado warned storm right now is into Nacogdoches County. It's about to cross into Rusk County at this time. Again, it's this little cell right here north and west of the city of Garrison. So we'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit here and take a look for us. Again, the circulation is passing south of the city of Mount Enterprise. It's passing well north of Appleby. At this point, Appleby, you have been taken out of the tornado warning. So if you are in Appleby, you are in the clear to get out of your tornado safe place. Garrison, still hang on just for a little bit longer. It does look like the rotation will pass north of you, but again, like I mentioned, these storms do have a tendency to wobble around a little bit. So as soon as you are in the tornado warning polygon, that is when you need to start to take action because you need plenty of time to get to your tornado safe place and plenty of time to ride out this storm. Again, lowest floor, interior room, leaving as many walls between you and the outside world as possible certainly is your best bet here. Let's take a look at velocity one more time. And again, the center of circulation has crossed US 259. It is now east of the highway there. It's about to cross into southern Rusk County, south of the city of Mount Enterprise, and likely staying just to the northwest of Garrison. But like I said, Garrison, you also need to be in your tornado safe place. So I'll go ahead and put a tracker on this once again here. And again, it's moving at about 30 miles per hour to the north and to the east. So Carson, if you can put on more locations for me on this tracker here. But right now we have Timpson at 1109. Timpson, you're not included in this tornado warning at this time, but if it holds together, it can certainly stay as a tornado warned storm eventually. And there's more locations. Thank you, Carson. Concord at 1050, Arlem at 1052. We've got Lawsonville at 1052 as well. Caledonia at 1056. Bryce at 1059. Okay, so now with Bryce, we are getting out of the tornado warning polygon at this point in time. So this is just more of a heads up for you in Bryce at 1059. Dotson, this storm will get here by 1104. Timpson by 1109. Meldrum by 1117. Buncombe by 11:17 and Bobo by 11:18. So those are your estimated arrival times. Again, from Bryce downwards, you're not included in the tornado warning at this time. But again, if this storm does get continued downstream, you could eventually be within it. So again, consider that more of a heads up, more so than anything else. So again, we are going to be tracking this storm as it makes its way further to the north and to the west here. And the east, rather. And again, this is still a dangerous storm for us as it continues to lift up to the north and to the east there. Go ahead and zoom back into the area of rotation that we are watching very closely. Go ahead and plop us there and zoom in to where we have the rotation. Again, this is crossing very near the Concord area. If you are in Concord, you need to make sure that you are in your tornado safe place for you there because, again, this storm is certainly very close. But right now it's on top of County Road 3267 right now, and this is heading towards the Concord community. So if you are in Concord in southern Rusk County, you need to be in your tornado safe place because that is where this storm is moving towards you right now. Right on top of you on County Road 3267, and this is heading towards County Road 3268. Again, this tornado warning goes until 11 o'clock in the morning for us. So we are going to continue to track this as it makes its way on through. I'll go ahead and get rid of that tornado warning information there. But again, this is heading very much towards the Concord and Lawsonville and Caledonia area. So if you are in those communities, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Turning on the debris detector here, the good news is I still do not see any signs of debris being lofted into the air. So that is certainly some good news here. But if you are in Mount Enterprise, Lawsonville, Concord, Arlem, and Caledonia in Rusk County, make sure that you are still in your tornado safe place because even though this may not have dropped a tornado yet, it still is capable with its rotation to drop a tornado at any point. So again, the rotation is still right through here and it's still relatively strong for us. Again, it's perhaps a little bit weaker than it was earlier, but we just got a new update with the radar scan here. And again, Lawsonville and Concord and Arlem, you need to be in your tornado safe place right now. Mount Enterprise, I think you're good at this point. Mount Enterprise, you can get out of your tornado safe place. This circulation has now lifted to the east of your area. But again, if you are heading down the highway to Lawsonville, Concord, Arlem, you still need to be in your tornado safe place right now. But I think conditions are improving for Mount Enterprise right now. But again, Concord, Lawsonville, and Arlem, you need to be into your tornado safe place. So we'll go ahead and zoom back into this rotation and we can pick out some of the highways that are nearby this thing so we can take a look there. And again, this is heading right towards the Concord area. If you are on County Road 3191, County Road 3262, FM 95 up to Lawsonville. This is where this storm is going, so make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. Also, County Road 3261. And here is US Highway 84. Here is Mount Enterprise. Here is Concord. You can see Mount Enterprise is now pretty far away from where this rotation is, but Concord, right along US Highway 84, you need to be in your tornado safe place. And it does appear that this rotation will cross US Highway 84 right near the intersection of County Road 3261. So if you live on County Road 3261, especially if you live closer to where US Highway 84 is, again, the main highway there that connects you to Mount Enterprise, you need to be in your tornado safe place right now. But Concord, Lawsonville, this dangerous storm will be very near your area. Taking a look at the shear rate again, you can still see the bright greens indicating that there is some still stronger rotation in there. It's not the strongest that we've seen, but certainly can produce a tornado at any point over in the Concord area. Again, this is right on top of you, County Road 3191. And again, heading towards County Road 3261 as well, about to cross US Highway 84. So again, if you are just joining us now, we do have a tornado warning in effect for northern Nacogdoches County and southern Rusk County. This goes until 11 a.m. this morning. Again, this is associated with the cold front that is moving across the area. But again, we will continue to track this cell as it makes its way further to the north and to the east. And now Carson, the tornado watch does go in effect until 4 o'clock, so we'll be having to watch these storms over the next couple of hours here. 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts still the primary concern, but like we see right now, a couple of tornadoes cannot be entirely ruled out.
Absolutely, Andrew. And again, just a couple of things we're watching with this tornado-warned storm in parts of southeastern Rusk County, soon to cross into southwestern Panola County, is this storm, it was pretty intense from a rotation standpoint not too long ago. It has broadened out just a little bit, but there's still enough rotation that it could drop a tornado at any time. But one thing I've noticed with this storm is there's not a lot of lightning, which is a sign we've got a lack of instability in the air. That being said, we have enough shear and enough lift from that front moving in that we could see a tornado form at any time with any of these storms that are happening right now. But the good news is Mount Enterprise, I can give you guys the all clear for this storm. Could still see some showers and thunderstorms a little later on today, but Mount Enterprise is out of the tornado danger for right now. And then we look off to the west for western Rusk County. There's also an intense storm that's producing more lightning, but I'm not seeing any signs of rotation within this storm, which is good news. However, you look at the reflectivity and the radar from the Shreveport radar site, we continue to monitor some relatively heavy rain over Lake Stryker there to the east of Lone Star, to the west of Andarco. So we could be seeing some very heavy rainfall that could dump a quick quarter to a half inch of rain associated with this storm. But we're also seeing a line of storms form there in extreme eastern Cherokee County, and this is all advancing off to the east. So if you live in Andarco, Laneville, Minden, Brackfield, you're not under the threat of a tornado right now. However, you could very well be seeing some heavy rain here in the not too distant future and some gusty winds of about 40 to 50 miles per hour. But let's get you back to this tornado warned storm. It looks like it's between Caledonia and Mount Enterprise, about to cross US Highway 84. We'll put a storm track on this here pretty soon once we find the circulation, but we'll pause this. Let's go ahead and look at the storm relative velocity. And basically what this product does is it gives us a direction or a directional idea of where those winds are blowing. So these greens you see on your screen, those are winds going towards the Shreveport radar site, and then these reds are winds going away from the Shreveport radar site. Those are opposite of each other, which does mean we could very well have some rotation within this storm. And where they're touching, that's going to be the danger zone. So this is going to be to the southeast of Concord. Andrew, go ahead.
They are going to be issuing a tornado warning downstream for Panola, Rusk, and Shelby counties until 11:30.
Okay, so we still have enough evidence of the rotation that we do have another tornado warning that's about to come out for portions. That was Shelby and Panola County?
Panola, Rusk, and Shelby.
Panola, Rusk, and Shelby, yes. All right, so Here's the danger spot right now where we could be seeing a tornado form at any time. Let me go ahead and zoom out just to broaden the scope out just a little bit. And there you go. That's just to the southeast of Concord. Of course, that's an unincorporated community to the south of U.S. Highway 84 in southeastern Rusk County. It does look a little more intense with that scan, but the possible tornado, not necessarily on the ground or anything like that, just a possible tornado is currently to the south of U.S. Highway 84 and continues to move up to the north and to the northeast. So let's go ahead and broaden this out, and we'll check out this polygon here. And it does look like this will include the county seat in Panola County, the community of Carthage here. So that is something we're going to have to keep a very close eye on. Antioch's right on the edge of this tornado polygon. Bryce is in this as well. Clayton, you're on the far western edge of this tornado polygon as well. So this is very much a downstream warning. So if you live in this polygon, that's pretty much anybody that lives along and to the west of U.S. Highway 59. That is where we are going to see that tornado threat here over the next few minutes. And what was the forward speed on that storm, Andrew? Was it 30 miles per hour still?
Northeast at 30.
Northeast at 30 miles per hour. Okay. So we're going to track this to the northeast at about 30, and we'll show you some of the arrival times for this storm and the most dangerous part of it, which is that tornado-warned storm. And again, I'm only getting one city. There are a lot of smaller communities on this list, but again, this was out till 11:30. Carthage, the arrival time, since you're on the edge of that polygon, is about 11:31. So you do have quite a bit of time to be thinking about what you're going to do, getting into that tornado safe place. And again, this is a very rural area of Panola County. So if you live in a mobile home, you got to be leaving right now. You got to go to a site-built structure somewhere. That could be a gas station. Maybe you've got a friend that has a site-built structure or something like that. Make sure you go and do that and seek shelter, and you're going to be much safer than where you would be if you were in a mobile home. And you've got a little bit of time right now before this storm arrives for you. But again, the danger spot is going to be just to the northwest of Timpson. Timpson, I don't think you guys are going to be hit by this circulation, but to the northwest of Timpson, to the east of Mount Enterprise, and to the south and to the southwest of Carthage right now. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at this tornado circulation here, and just some of the individual roads. This latest warning, or the previous warning box, I should say, the previous warning polygon will exit our screen at 11 o'clock when we get that updated tornado warning. But it's right in here, U.S. Highway 84, the intersection of County Road 3261, and that's now moving to the north of Caledonia now, so that's some good news. And then as we update this most recent scan, so the circulation itself has now crossed U.S. Highway 84 and is moving off to the north and to the northeast. But as we look at some of our products that we can use on our barren weather system, this is a very good system to use, but just some of the dual polarization, the correlation coefficient. Typically, if there was something of concern, if we had debris or anything being lofted up in the air, we would be seeing some blues, maybe some yellows, and I just don't see that right now, which is good news. Of course, really all we have in this area of eastern Rusk County, or the boot of Rusk County, is just some trees, some fields, and that sort of thing. So, I mean, there's not a lot for a potential tornado to kick up. But nonetheless, not concerned with a tornado on the ground. This is all radar indicated. And the National Weather Service will typically issue a tornado warning for something that's radar indicated, which we have enough evidence to do that right now. So, I mean, it's a great call by them. But the main concern is this circulation here just to the south of Bryce. That is now crossing Farm to Market Road 1971 south, just to the north of Caledonia there. And right here, that is the border, just to the north of Bryce, another unincorporated place in Rusk County. That's the border between Panola County, Rusk County, and then this line right here on your screen, and close to County Road 4875, that's the tri-point between Shelby, Rusk, and Panola County. So if you live in those areas, you do need to be seeking shelter. Off to the west there in parts of Timpson, that's in Shelby County. You guys are just outside of the polygon, so I do know we have a few viewers in Timpson. Timpson, I'm not concerned with you guys. If you live to the northwest of town, along US Highway 84, a little closer to Caledonia, I can give you the all clear because this has now crossed US Highway 84 and is moving in the direction of extreme western Shelby County and extreme southern Panola County. So Timpson, you guys are in the all clear. You're not going to be affected by this. The tornado is not going to turn around and get you guys. But if you live in the polygon, anywhere within this red highlighted area, we'll zoom out. You are in a tornado warning, so you do need to be taking your tornado precautions at this point. So we'll put another storm track on this just to give you an idea of where the storm is heading. And Andrew, if we could put more cities, because I know we're going to have an issue with that when we put the storm track out. So here we go.
I'll need the mouse for that.
Oh, yes, you do need the mouse for that. There you go, sir. So what Andrew is doing is we're going to put some of the smaller cities and maybe the less known places in Panola County. Of course, locals will know where these locations are. Thank you, sir. And these are the arrival times for them. So 10:57 for Bryce. Now in Bryce, you're on the extreme western edge of that circulation. I would still be sheltered in place if I were you, but this could miss you just to the south and to the southeast. Dotson, the arrival time's at about 11:02. That's 8 minutes away from right now. Gary at 11:15, Clayton at 11:16, but for Clayton, that would be if this took a more northeasterly trajectory rather than an east-northeasterly trajectory, because you guys are right on the edge of that polygon there. Daniels at about 11:18, 11:24 in Shady Grove, Pleasant Ridge 11:25, Holland Quarters 11:27, and then it looks like Woods at 11:27 as well. So there are your locations in the polygon there, and there's quite a few locations. There's a lot of site-built structures in that area. So, again, you have some time. If you live closer to Carthage, you still have some time to get in a site-built structure. That's going to be the safest place for you, even if that's just a gas station. Maybe you don't have a lot of buddies or friends in the area with the site-built structures. We get that. But if there's a local gas station, that's built on a foundation, then that is going to be your best bet for staying safe from this storm. But once again, as we look at this tornado polygon here, it does include the southwestern area of Carthage here, US Highway 59. That crosses eventually into Shelby County. It includes all that area. So if you live in southwestern Panola County, be on alert. Any updates, Andrew, from the National Weather Service?
No, Carson. They are still watching the area of rotation that we have been looking at still very closely. No reports of any tornadoes on the ground yet. We do have some storm spotters on this storm, so we'll definitely have the most accurate information possible. Again, technology can sometimes only tell us so much. The best mode of knowing what's on the ground and what's happening is still by people that are there. But that doesn't mean you go out and look for anything and try to help us. Leave it to the professional storm spotters and law enforcement to do that job for us. And we are going to continue to track this storm and many others as we head over the next couple of hours here. We do have some rain that also extends into portions of Houston County at this point in time. The severe thunderstorm warning is still in effect for Harrison and Panola counties, but I do think the bulk of that storm is now out of your area. So if you are in Wascom, you're still dealing with some heavy rain, but I don't think the severe threat really remains for you. But the only concern right now is this tornado warning that goes until 11:30, and this includes portions portions of Rusk, Shelby, and southern Panola County as well. So this is something that we will continue to keep an eye on. Just want to quickly mention here that there's a little cell just north of the city of Nacogdoches here. You can see right through the Appleby area. This has shown some signs of some pretty broad rotation over near Appleby, but definitely nothing of concern for us at this point in time. In fact, it even looks weaker than when I last looked at it a few minutes ago. So if you are in Appleby and Holly Springs right now in northern Nacogdoches County, you're probably getting a lot of heavy rain at this point and maybe some thunder. And maybe some wind as well, but this storm does not appear to be a tornado concern at this time. So we'll go ahead and go back up to this tornado-warned storm, which is still our main issue that we are watching very closely. This is right on top of County Road 4875, and this is also heading towards County Road 182, south and east of the Dotson community. Again, the rotation is right through there, right where the greens and the reds do meet here. That is what we are looking at with the area of rotation. Again, this green is winds going towards the radar, and the red is winds going away from the radar. And so when you have the winds close to the radar or going toward the radar this way, and then the winds coming this way, it eventually spins counterclockwise, and that's what gets our tornadoes. Most tornadoes, at least, are counterclockwise for us. But again, this is heading very close to the Dotson community and eventually down towards Gary and Daniels there in southern Panola County. You need to be in your tornado safe place at this point in time here. Again, I'll zoom into some other locations that are just downstream of where this rotation is. Again, if you live on FM 999 in Panola County, you need to be in your tornado safe place. Also, County Road 180, FM 175. Also, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. And this storm is eventually heading further downstream to eventually include County Road 175 and County Road 176, again, in Panola County. Those county roads there, you need to be in your tornado safe place, County Road 176 and 175. This is where that tornadic circulation is heading to there. Again, this is in southern Panola County, right at the Shelby County line. So again, Dotson, Gary, you need to be in your tornado safe place at this point in time here as this rotation gets even closer to your area. But right now, some heavy rain moving on top of FM 999. Dotson, still make sure that you're in your tornado safe place. Again, very important information there. Dotson, still give yourself a few minutes before you can get out of there. But let's take a look at velocity one more time since we just got a new radar scan here. And again, this is right on top of you at FM 999, right where that road and FM 175 and County Road 180 meet up. That is where this tornadic circulation is at this point in time. And again, it is going downstream to County Road 175, County Road 176 as well. Again, in southern Panola County, you need to be in your tornado safe place here. So again, this tornado warning goes until 11:30 this morning. So we'll stick around here until that warning is expired, and we are going to be seeing this moving on through the area. And again, we are going to keep on tracking this as we cross to 11 o'clock. If you're on NBC here, you're now watching East Texas Live. Thank you for joining us. We do have a tornado warning in effect for parts of Rusk, Panola, and Shelby counties. That goes until 11:30 this morning. Again, this is still radar indicated rotation. I'll go ahead and reset the view here so we can take a look at what exactly is going on. I'll put it into South Texas here and move back up. This tornado warning includes parts of Rusk County, although I think Rusk County at this point, you are in the clear in Rusk County. You're still under the tornado warning polygon, but this circulation has now moved closer to Shelby and Panola counties than Rusk County. So Rusk County, I think you're in the clear now to get out of your tornado safe place. You may still have some rain and some stronger winds. So as long as those winds are blowing, make sure that you are going to see those storms moving on through eventually towards Carthage as well. Again, East Texas Live starting right now. So send things over to you, Judd.
Local, experienced, trusted. This is East Texas Live. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us here on East Texas Live. Glad to have you with us, especially our Fox 51 viewers. We begin this morning with a check on that forecast. We're tracking the severe weather with tornado warnings out for East Texas. We send it over to Andrew Samet in the Weather Center. Andrew, take it away.
All right, Judd, thank you. We are tracking one tornado warning that is still in effect until 11:30 this morning. It does include Rusk, Shelby, and portions of Panola County as well. But like I was just saying, if you are in Rusk County, you are in the clear now. The circulation is now out of Rusk County. So you're good in Rusk County, but if you are in southern Panola County and the northwest corner of Shelby County, you need to be into your tornado safe place at this point in time for us. So let's go ahead and put on the reflectivity here. Again, it's for this isolated supercell that has developed just south of the city of Carthage. Carthage, speaking of you, you are in this tornado polygon, at least most of the city is, or would get into your tornado safe place if you are in Carthage. Of course, it's the middle of the day. You may be about to head out to lunch or something like that, but just try to stay inside for the time being if you are in Carthage, because this tornado warning is in effect and the rotation is still relatively strong out there. So something we'll be keeping an eye on for sure. Let's go ahead and zoom in just a little bit to this storm, and then we'll go ahead and put a tracker on it as well. Again, it's moving at about 30 miles per hour. So let me go ahead and reset the view here and put a tracker on it. And again, the rotation is right through here, right where the greens and the yellows do meet. The storm's moving at about 30 miles per hour to the north and to the east. So Carson, if you can put on more locations for me. But 11:29 right now in Carthage, that is when this storm is going to move on into your area. So 11:29, that's what you have until still about 25 minutes or so. But I would get into your tornado safe place, preferably now, but also a chance of seeing this speed up just a little bit certainly can bring it in a little bit earlier. So Buncombe by 11:12, Gary by 11:14, Daniels at 11:17, Pleasant Ridge at 11:24, Shady Grove at 11:24, Antioch at 11:29. Again, that's Antioch for Panola County. I'm sure there's a lot of Antiochs out there, but that Antioch is for Panola County. We are going to see this move into Carthage also at 11:29. And then once you start getting to Ryderville, Hudson, Mass, and Walnut Grove, you are not included in this tornado warning, but there are your arrival times in case the storm does hold together. Ryderville at 11:31, Hudson, Mass at 11:38, and Walnut Grove at 11:38 as well. So again, that is the estimated arrival times for us with this system. So we'll continue to keep an eye on this until this tornado warning does get expired here. And again, still no reports of damage or anything like that from the National Weather Service in terms of this cell that is moving on through. But we'll go ahead and zoom into it one more time here. And it does appear that the rotation is probably tightening up. Or maybe not. It looked like it for a second, then it may be tightening up for a second there. Let me switch over velocity looks here. And again, it's still just about as tight as it was earlier. It appeared like it was brightening up a little bit, but that may have been just because we were too far away from it. But again, if you are in Buncombe, Daniels, Gary, Pleasant Ridge, Shady Grove, all in Panola County, you need to be into your tornado safe place at this point in time here. Again, this rotation is still there, right where the reds and the greens do meet is where the rotation is. This is where the best location, if it were to drop a tornado, where it would drop one. Again, we'll zoom in just a little bit more here so we can pick out some of the road names. Again, this is heading towards you, County Road 175 and the FM 999 intersection. You need to be in your tornado safe place because, again, that's where the rotation is on top of right now, right where the greens and the reds do meet there. Just got a new radar scan, so we can go ahead and reset the view here. Again, if you are in Buncombe, you need to make sure that you're in your tornado safe place. Carson, am I saying that community right? Do you know Buncombe, B-U-N-C-O-M-E?
Just say it that way. A couple of reports for you, Andrew.
Sure.
Make sure I'm off mute here. But so near Gary City, Farm to Market Road 999, wall cloud has been spotted. And also on this storm that you're on right now, that is approaching the Lake Merville area there. So that is going to be at the intersection of Farm to Market Road 1970 and County Road 1241. So that is right there.
All right, so there you go. Thank you, Carson. Okay, so if you are in Buncombe, again, a wall cloud has been spotted within this tornadic circulation here. That is one of the precursors to a tornado. So again, it doesn't necessarily mean there's guaranteed to be a tornado dropping at a second, but it's better to safely assume that. So in Buncombe, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place, FM 1970. Make sure that you are in your tornado safe place, FM 2260 and County Road 1241. You need to be in your tornado safe place. Again, this circulation is now entirely in Panola County at this point in time. So if I'm mentioning these road names, this is for Panola County. Again, includes the community of Buncombe, so make sure that you are in your tornado safe place there. Right along FM 1970 is where this storm is moving through right now. Again, some tight rotation. A wall cloud has been spotted with this storm, and again, that is a precursor to a tornado on the ground. Going a little bit downstream, Daniels, you are the next community. So after Buncombe, then comes Daniels. You need to be in your tornado safe place right now because that's where this circulation is heading towards. This is County Road 119 right through here, right near the Daniels community, right where it intersects with County Road 114. You need to be in your tornado safe place there. Again, it does look like County Road 119 connects Buncombe to Daniels, and so if you live anywhere along that highway, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place there. And again, this is also heading towards County Road 121 east of the city of Daniels, or the community of Daniels, as well for us. So this is something that we will need to continue to keep an eye on here as the rotation is still relatively tight, very near the Buncombe area. So if you are in Buncombe, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. So we'll go ahead and zoom back out and reset the view here. Again, Carthage, you are included within this tornado warning storm, so make sure that you are in your tornado safe place as well. It also includes Shady Grove, so Carthage, Buncombe, and Shady Grove and Daniels. Make sure that you are in your tornado safe place at this point in time. Again, the rotation still is there. We just got a new radar scan for us. Still very close to the Buncombe area, and it does look like it's starting to lose some of that wind that's going towards the radar at this point in time. So that's certainly some good news there, but still, if you are in Gary and Daniels up to Pleasant Ridge and Shady Grove, still make sure you are in your tornado safe place here. There's still enough greens and the reds meeting up together, though, to have this be a tornadic concern as it heads towards the Daniels area. So if you are in Daniels, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. Buncombe, it looks like the storm is now to your east, but still hang on for just a few minutes because you still may see some wind on the backside of this storm system as it moves on through. So Buncombe, give yourself maybe 2 or 3 more minutes and then you should be good to get out of your tornado safe place. But for Daniels and Gary, if you're just joining us, this is in Panola County now. Again, that is underneath that tornado warning at this point in time. Go ahead and take a look at where that rotation is. Again, it's right here where the greens and the reds meet on County Road 119 and Davis Street as well. This is going to cross near Daniels, right along FM 10 there, south of the Daniels community. That is where it's going to cross. So make sure that you are in your tornado safe place if you live on that road. Again, we have other ways to see if this tornado is on the ground or anything like that. We'll go ahead and put on our damage indicator. And there is some lighter colors here. Again, doesn't really jump out as something that is concerning at this point in time, but it's definitely something to keep an eye on, this little area right here, where there is a little bit of lighter color. That could also be some hail, and maybe just some simple tree branches being picked up, which any old storm can do that here in East Texas. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this. If this little area brightens up, and especially if it becomes more green or blue, that would be a good indication that this is a tornado on the ground. But right now, I am watching an area of some light debris that may be being picked up here. May not necessarily be because of a tornado. This storm is going to have wind regardless if it drops a tornado or not. So this is just something to keep an eye on for now. Go ahead and put on our shear markers as well. See if there's anything that jumps out at me there. We'll go ahead and put the shear rate on. Again, still looking at these bright greens here, very close to the Daniels community, indicating that there is some tightening rotation that is certainly out there. But again, once we start to see it become strong or, of course, extreme, then we get really concerned. But right now, it is just that bright green as it heads towards the Daniels area. Again, the circulation is going to cross at the intersection of County Road 119 and FM 10 south of the Daniels community there. Again, this is in Panola County at this point in time, and the warning goes until 11:30, so make sure to stick with us here for the next 20 minutes as this tornado warning is in effect. And we just got a new radar scan here with the new shear marker, so let's go ahead and take a look at what we have with velocity. Again, this is right on top of Daniels right now. It does look like the rotation has weakened a little bit, but still, if you are in Daniels, you probably are getting in on some of the worst of the storm right now. So make sure that you have been in your tornado safe place, and if not, you really have little chance to get there. So after Daniels, after this crosses through Daniels, then we have to talk about Pleasant Ridge in Panola County. You are next in line after Daniels to potentially get this tornadic circulation. So if you live on County Road 421 here and the intersection of FM 2517 near Pleasant Ridge, you are next in line to potentially get hit by this, the strongest part of the storm. Again, Storm Spotter is on it. He has seen a wall cloud associated with it, which is one of the precursors to a tornado. But like I said, it doesn't guarantee that a tornado is going to drop on the ground. But it's good that we have a set of eyes on it. And as soon as it does drop on the ground, we can get that information. But of course, the road network may be a little bit iffy over there as well, so it may be hard to see with all the trees and all the rain and things like that. The bottom line is here: don't try to go looking for this yourself. We have professionals on this storm right now as it crosses through Daniels, but Pleasant Ridge in Panola County, you are next in line here to get this tornadic circulation. So if you live in Pleasant Ridge, if you live near County Road 421 and FM 2517, you need to make sure that you are in your tornado safe place for us. So again, we are going to be tracking this storm very closely, but like I said, Daniels, make sure you're in your tornado safe place. Pleasant Ridge as well, also make sure you're in your tornado safe place. And going up a little bit further north here, here's the city of Carthage. A lot of Carthage is included in this tornado warning. I'll just quickly mention here some of the roads in Carthage that have the tornado warning. Dixie Lake Road, West Hayden Street, if you live on there, you're under the tornado warning. FM 10 up to downtown Carthage, you also need to be in your tornado safe place. If you live near FM 10 and the State Highway, the loop there, 149, make sure that you are in your tornado safe place. And again, we are tracking some other storms that are certainly moving across the area for us, and we will continue to keep an eye on these because at any point these storms can spin up something really quickly, Carson.
Yeah, absolutely. And that cell, go ahead and do some analysis on that, Andrew, in Nacogdoches County. It's near Appleby, and we are beginning to see some rotation with that storm. So we may very well have another tornado warning on our hands. But I'm still concerned about Carthage. You guys are in a tornado warning. Now, even if you're not viewing us from Carthage, go ahead and give your friend in Carthage a phone call. This is Western Carthage. They've got a Walmart over there. They've got an HEB, which I wish they had in Tyler, but that's okay. They've got a Walmart. The high school is just to the north of US Highway 79 within the loop. And then also the monument there is just to the south of State Highway 315. But again, Carthage in a tornado polygon. I want everybody on the west side of Carthage right now to seek shelter. So we will be keeping a close eye on that. And the most dangerous part of the storm, as Andrew was alluding to, is to the south. So not a great area of rotation right now, but again, still noteworthy, still warrants a tornado warning by any stretch of the imagination. It has broadened out, but it's this area to the south of Carthage that we are watching. There's Lake Merval right there. There's Buncombe. There's Gary City. That's where the storm spotter spotted a wall cloud within this storm, but that now has shifted to the north of Gary and will continue to move in the direction of Carthage. It may actually miss Carthage just to the south and to the southeast. There's US Highway 59. A lot of people travel that road, so if you're listening to us on KTBB, nobody traveling from north or southbound from Carthage along US Highway 59. I don't want anybody driving from Woods to Shady Grove, and I don't want anybody driving from Shady Grove up to Carthage here. But again, Lake Merval, there it is right there. There's US Highway 59. If there's a tornado, it's going to be between those two locations, the lake and Highway 59. Carthage, I want everybody sheltered in place right now because you are in this tornado polygon, and this tornado warning goes until 11:30, and they could either extend this warning or they can cancel this warning if the rotation is broad. Let me go ahead and check out this other supercell here that has shown some signs of tightening up as far as rotation goes, and it's very intense right now. You can see near Garrison, that is to the southwest of Timpson, Garrison in extreme northeastern Nacogdoches County. That is where we are seeing that rotation as well. So pretty tight, but it's probably not quite tight enough for them to issue a tornado warning, but I am still concerned with this because oftentimes these storms will cycle, they'll get real tight, and then they'll broaden out just a little bit. They'll get a little weaker. It doesn't look like they're doing much of anything at all, but definitely something that we are going to have to monitor here very closely, and that is at the triple point between Shelby, Rusk, and Nacogdoches County. There's the community of Timpson, so if you're watching us from Timpson, I want you to be ready if a warning is issued because this is very close to that tornado warning criteria, and the National Weather Service office in Shreveport is watching this very carefully. So if we see another tornado warning, that is going to be that would include the city of Timpson. Not the case right now, but something that we are watching very carefully. And as you can see, we will put this in motion for you, and it has shown some signs of tightening and some signs of strengthening as well. So definitely something we're keeping an eye on, but the only active tornado warning that we have in our area right now remains what we are seeing up in parts of Panola County. No strangers to tornado warnings or anything like that in Panola County, but the county seat of Carthage, you're still technically within the tornado warning, but I'm not seeing any evidence that this is going to make a hard left turn up into Carthage, so it looks like the most dangerous part of this storm near Carthage is going to be let to expire. It looks like it's now on top of US Highway 59, so some good news there, but if you live to the south of Carthage, I still want you sheltered in place, and once again, if you are driving, listening to us on KTBB, I don't want anybody driving to the south of Carthage along US Highway 59. Just bad idea at this point. Wait about 30 minutes and then you'll be able to proceed. If you are, find a gas station or something. Find a site-built structure. We've got a lot of great people here in East Texas. I'm sure they would be happy to have you. Just say, hey, the weather guy is saying that there is a tornado in the area. I just need a site-built structure to seek shelter in. You know, driving a car is very, very dangerous at this point, so I'm just going to take shelter and just wait for this storm to pass. But again, that's Pleasant Ridge. That's about right there. It looks like Farm to Market Road 2517. That crosses US Highway 59. It's right at that intersection, so right in this area right here, and it continues to slide off to the east of US Highway 59 and will continue to make its move into eastern Panola County. Andrew.
Quick update from the National Weather Service. They are also noting that that rotation looks a lot disorganized now, and the storm spotter that's been on it also says it looks very disorganized and that he is actually heading to that storm south of the warning right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent. And they do a great job out there. So that is a Rusk County storm spotter. He does an awesome job of spotting tornadoes, and they noting this storm in Panola County now. Apparently it has weakened considerably, and now he's heading down to this circulation that's just to the southwest of Timpson currently. So to the southwest of Timpson, that still looks to be a pretty dangerous storm. So if I were in Timpson, I would be sheltered just in case, because though we don't have a tornado tornado warning. This does appear like it can produce a tornado at any time. And again, that's between Garrison and Timpson now. Garrison being in parts of northeastern Nacogdoches County, and then Timpson being in extreme northwestern Shelby County. There's the circulation there, and we'll continue to keep a close eye on that. We'll take a wider view of what's happening because it looks like this storm, even if it was producing a tornado, would miss Carthage to the south. I want to put everything in motion right now just to give you a perspective with what's been happening today. So we saw a few showers in our western counties this morning. Didn't see anything in the way of severe weather, but the current concern is for our southeastern counties. We'll be watching this area right in here. Lufkin, you guys are not in the clear yet. Actually, that storm to the north of Livingston and Polk County is actually looking pretty interesting, but this will start to move into Angelina County here in the next few minutes. So I want you on alert in Nacogdoches. I want you on alert in Lufkin. You're not under any warnings. You're under a tornado watch, but you're not under any warnings right now. Center, St. Augustine, Sabine counties, I want you guys on alert as well with these storms that continue to move off to the north and to the northeast. So I would say for Tyler, Longview, Gilmer, Lindale, Mineola, no imminent severe weather. Your severe weather threat is done for the day with that front moving through. While I was driving up here when that first tornado warning was issued, I noticed we had a very strong northwesterly wind in Tyler, which is good news. That's bringing in more stable air, drier air as well. So the severe weather threat for areas to the west of Highway 69 is effectively over. But for places like Rusk County, Panola County, and into northwestern Shelby County, we still have a few more hours left that we could be seeing that potential for not only tornadoes, but damaging straight line winds. But the two most dangerous storms we're watching right now remain the one in Panola County and also the one that's moving into southwestern or northwestern Shelby County, rather. It's going to be moving between Timpson and Tenaha here in the not too distant future. But we'll go ahead and pause the forward motion of the radar right now, and we'll just analyze these storms that we have moving in the direction of central Panola and eastern Panola counties. Still looks like it's got a fair hook on that, which is something we look for when we're trying to detect rotation within the storm. But to the west of Antioch, again, that's Antioch and Panola County, to the south of Carthage along US Highway 59, right where I'm pointing, right where my finger is, that's going to be the most dangerous part of the storm. We'll flip on the velocity just to see if anything's tightened up, and if anything has, it's very, very broad. And it's now pushed to the east of US Highway 59. So I would say within the next 7 minutes, the National Weather Service will make a decision as if they are going to extend or cancel this tornado warning. Now, as a meteorologist myself, they're probably leaning to canceling this tornado warning for Panola County as opposed to extending it. That being said, the threat's not over for Panola County, because if you look to the south, we still have an area of rotation that bears some watching. We'll actually put a storm track on this real quick, and I'll show you which areas could be affected by this storm system that's moving through parts of Timpson right now. And lots of rain with it right over Timpson. And it's moving off to the north, so it's going to affect northern Shelby County and southern and central Panola County here in the not too distant future. So we'll track this to the northeast at 30 miles per hour. And here are just the three main cities within this storm. Carthage, I mean, this is going to be very hard for it to hit you because you're on the extreme western edge of that cone of uncertainty, as we like to call it. But you could see the effects of it earlier than 12:03. Tenaha, that's about 11:44. That's about 10 minutes away from right now if this thing were to strengthen and push off to the east. And then Timpson, it's right on top of you. But here, you know, for the next 5-10 minutes, you're probably going to be dealing with the effects of this storm. So there's one storm, and these past couple of frames, we've just seen it cycling a little bit. Doesn't look like it's showing as strong rotation as it has here in the past 5 or 10 minutes, and that storm that actually has the tornado warning on it, not really showing any signs of strengthening either. But once again, I want everybody on alert in Shelby County and southern Panola County as well. And we are keeping an eye on it here in the East Texas Storm Center. Otherwise, for the remainder of Nacogdoches County, it's just some conditional showers and thunderstorms right now. Really no lightning being detected within any of this activity at this point. So that's some good news. We are seeing a good rain, and then we do have a few showers and thunderstorms moving through Trinity and Houston County. That will bear watching, but this storm is a little concerning in Polk County. Not a lot of evidence of rotation, but it is showing some signs of strengthening, so this will be worth watching here over the next few minutes. There's Corrigan, which is not technically in our viewing area, but nonetheless, this is going to push into Angelina County if the storm were to hold together. I know a lot of people that fish on Lake Livingston, a great fishing lake, and this is just to the north of Lake Livingston and moving in the direction of our viewing area. There's Trinity County, there's Groveton, there's the city of Trinity, beautiful city there. And then there's another storm that we are watching. So a lot of activity this morning, some rotation within these thunderstorms. But this storm in Panola County, it should be allowed to expire within the next 4 or so minutes. I'm not really seeing evidence as to why they would extend this tornado warning. But nonetheless, it's still a storm. Andrew?
Yeah, they actually just said that they're not going to downstream the tornado